Before coming here, we thought we had Idaho figured out, but somewhere deep in the backcountry, we realized we had this place completely wrong. Hidden here is one of the wildest overland routes in America, and what we found was nothing like we expected. Mind blown! If you're new here, we're Brian and Emily, and this is our 14-year-old adventure pup, Wes. In July 2024, we traded our careers for a different kind of life, one built on a simple idea: see as much as we can while we can. This summer, we're wandering the Mountain West in search of solitude, untamed landscapes, and adventures far off the beaten path. So settle in and come along for the ride. We're out here in a very remote section of Idaho, kicking off our summer road trip series where we are exploring the West, and the first stop is the Gem State. We've actually been here for about a week. When we left Tahoe, we caravanned with some friends up through Nevada to the very small and charming town of Jarbidge. If you've never heard of it, I highly recommend looking it up. There's a lot of lore and a lot of fun things to see there, and a beautiful drive, should I add. And then from there, we went up to Stanley, where we stayed a night, and then all the way up to McCall, Idaho, where we spent 3 very slow, relaxing nights on a lake, just enjoying each other's company. Now that our friends have gone and they're on their way back to Tahoe, we are continuing our travels through wild Idaho, and this place is just blowing our socks off. Where we are right now is a summit that actually was just opened a couple of weeks ago for the season. We're at about 6,800 feet here at Lick Summit, and I cannot wait to show you this drive that we are about to go on. Let's hit the road.
Like a stone, and I fell heavy into your arms. These days moved us, which we've known will blow away with this new sun. But
we are about 50 miles east of McCall in the very small town of Yellowpine. It's a seasonal town. You can only get here when the passes aren't buried in snow, and depending on who you ask, there are 22 to 44 full-time residents. We're gonna stop in this little general store real quick, see if we can't get a sticker, maybe a snack.
Busy day?
There's not a lot in Yellowpine. There are a couple taverns, one was closed. The general store is really slim pickings right now. We were able to get this cool sticker, and on the way out of town, something caught our eye. We're gonna go check that out real quick. There's this really funky golf course here in town. It's out in the woods. If it wasn't getting so late, we didn't have to go find camp and make some dinner, I'd say we play around, but there might be time for at least one hole. First I gotta pick out my club, and then I have to find the tee box. Crispy. Not bad for not playing for over a year.
As Brian was searching for his golf ball here, I was reading a sign on the history, and it's actually pretty cool. So in the late 1980s, there was a school teacher here who taught in the one-room school, and when he retired, he wanted to play golf like most retirees, but there was nowhere to play it. One day he was looking out his window and saw the beautiful national forest here and thought, if I can throw a softball in a straight line through the forest and not hit a ponderosa pine, aka yellow pine, then that's where I'm gonna put a golf hole. And 9 buried coffee cans later, they had their little course. Pretty fun and wild out here. So glad that we decided to stop in Yellowpine.
Dadgummit, I was 8 feet from the hole. I should have brought the putter with me. We drove about an hour and a half outside of Yellowpine. Really rough road, but we found a campground. It's free, it's next to a river. I'm pretty sure it's a yard sale back here, so let's see if Wes approves, if he can get out.
He's in the front, he's in my seat. What's he doing? Wes.
Here, let's help him out. Yeah, it is a yard sale. Come on, buddy. Wes. There he is. Wes approves.
That's the approval shake.
I'm really enjoying Idaho. So is he. We're the only ones here right now. That could change. I think there's about 5 sites in here, but we can't beat this. The river and free firewood.
Score.
Heck yeah. We were gonna do a Dutch oven meal over the campfire, but there's some wind gusts. It's getting late, so I think we're gonna just do the scuttle instead tonight. How about we do some stir fry?
Sounds good. When it's getting late and we're trying to just do something quick and easy for dinner, there's a couple of things that we always keep in our fridge or freezer so that we can have a easy, healthy-ish meal on the road. Tonight we're doing stir fries. So we've got a frozen bag stir fry veggies. We've also got a thing of chicken thighs that we're gonna cut up. And then for Brian, he's also gonna have some noodles.
Oh yeah, let's eat.
You got some nudes.
Got some nudes. Well, the wind died down, and this has turned into another perfect evening.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And it's like 8:36 right now, and there's still so much sun up on the mountains and in the sky.
It's actually the longest day of the year. Happy summer solstice.
Yeah.
So we said, you know what? Why not? We have all this free firewood. Let's have a campfire and enjoy this beautiful evening.
And just enjoy Idaho in general. We have been mind blown since we've been here. I don't want to say that we had low expectations coming into Idaho. I think we had some high expectations, but Idaho's definitely a state that flies under the radar. And sure, we have just scratched the surface. Now we're like really getting into the heart of Idaho, whereas before we've just kind of driven through the outskirts. So we're really kind of seeing how wild and rugged and raw it is. And in our 2 years of traveling, this is like some of the most beautiful country I think we've seen.
Totally agree.
I can't wait to see what we get into tomorrow. We're about halfway done with the Idaho Backcountry Discovery Route section, not the whole thing, but the section that we're on right now. So we've got a lot more beautiful country to drive through tomorrow, hopefully finding a great campsite on a river somewhere and just enjoying this beautiful weather that we've been having. I think we're just gonna hang out by the fire. It's already almost bedtime. Maybe we'll make it to sunset, which is at like 10. So we'll see. But thank you for this beautiful fire.
Of course. Good night.
When we were camping with friends this past week, made a loaf of sourdough in the Dutch oven, and this might be my favorite loaf yet. It turned out so good. Smells amazing, and I didn't burn the bottom. It's definitely an avocado toast kind of morning. It got really chilly here last night. It said that our van got down maybe to the high 30s last night, but the sun is warming up, and on mornings like this, I'm just so grateful that we have the option to cook breakfast and make some coffee outside with our Bluetti Elite 200, who also happens to be today's video sponsor. Bluetti's portable power stations are perfect for a long weekend camping, living on the road full time, or if you're on a multi-month road trip like we are right now. The Bluetti Elite 200 is one of the most powerful portable batteries we've seen at 2,073 watt hours, and it can go up to 2,600 watts. You can run up to 9 devices at the same time through the mini AC, DC, USB, and USB-C ports. Like we've got now, we're using 2 AC plugs, which is perfect for the induction and running the tea kettle at the same time. It also connects seamlessly through the Bluetti app over Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, giving you full control and live monitoring right from your phone. You can check input and output power, battery percentage, and even adjust the settings without even touching the unit. It's a simple feature, but so convenient, especially if we're using it to power something like our Starlink that may be outside of the van and we're inside and don't want to be going back and forth checking the battery. When we're on the road, it's really easy to charge through solar panels or DC to DC through your car's battery. We also love the sleek top and handles, which make it super packable, which is really important when you live in a van. And the other thing that's important when you live in a van is that it's really quiet so that you can't hear it in such a tight space. The battery is designed for long-term use and comes with a 5-year warranty, so if you're thinking about getting one, you also have that peace of mind. If you're looking for a reliable portable power station, we really can't recommend Bluetti enough. We've been using them for months and could not be happier. Scan the QR code up here or click the link in the description, and a big thank you to Bluetti for sponsoring today's video. makes no sense out of it.
I did my best to notice when the call came down the line up to the platform.
We're on the BDR. We're continuing south. We've got a really cool campsite picked out. We hope it works out. We've got about an hour and a half drive ahead of us.
Open door, close your eyes, clear your heart, cut the cord. Are we human or are we dancer? My sign is vital.
Not sure when this fire was, but based on the new trees that are growing back that are all about 6 to 8 feet tall, we're guessing this fire must have been about 10 years ago at least. It was massive.
We're about a quarter mile from the spot that we had pinned for tonight, and fingers crossed we get it. We've passed a couple of groups of campers already, so there's definitely potential for it to be taken, and it looked like an amazing spot. So we'll see. Oh, it looks like we got it. Yeah.
So long to devotion. You taught me everything I know. Wave goodbye, wish me well.
Oh, look at this. Right on a river.
I don't hate it. I do love it. We got a swim hole. Lazy river time. Let's make sure the dude approves. Hey, yard sale. Let's try to paddle up a creek for the first time. What could go wrong?
Oh, but wait. We talk about the new merch.
New merch, who dis? We got hats, we've got shirts, hoodies, different colors, different designs, limited time. Click the link in the description. Not gonna lie, the mosquitoes have become a little bit ruthless out here, but it's not gonna stop us from cooking dinner outside tonight.
Is he actually going to eat the celery? I don't know if he is. Now it's going to be dirty celery. Wes says no to celery. Ooh, she's hot. So I found this recipe online. We've never made it before. But I couldn't find the exact measurements or the directions because it's like behind a paywall you have to subscribe to. So we're just kind of winging it.
I have complete faith in you, babe.
So tonight we're making a spinach artichoke chicken soup. We've got all that sourdough bread. It's not that cold out, but it's gonna get chilly tonight.
We woke up to frost in the morning.
And my favorite Vanlife hack is using pre-cooked and shredded rotisserie chicken from the deli.
Yum. I'm gonna sit here by the thermosol.
Oh my god. The mosquitoes are so bad. I feel like they might actually be worse than they were in Alaska. Do you think?
They've been pretty brutal tonight. Our thermosol wasn't on either, though.
No, we just turned that on. Well, we ran out of fuel. The thing about spinach is it will... half of it will go in the fire, and the rest of it will cook down. HO greens. Strong like Popeye.
Green machine.
Did your mom ever try and get you to eat spinach when you were growing up so you could be strong like Popeye?
Yes.
Did she?
Yes.
She actually used that?
Yes.
Good job, Lori.
Nah, it didn't work.
No.
I didn't start eating spinach until I was a grown-up.
All right. Let's do another 10. We'll be good.
If this tastes as good as it smells, we're in for a real treat. I thought it was gonna taste too spinachy, but
The spinach really cooks down.
finish dinner. Maybe put the fire out and get out of these mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Go watch a movie.
Yeah, I think it's movie night.
We haven't watched a movie in a while. Good morning. It's a bit of a work day here at camp today. I've been out collecting firewood. Emily's hard at work at editing. And most important, I've got some van maintenance to do. After 3 years of owning Gertie, our rear suspension is toast. So today I'm going to replace the rear shocks. We picked up these Fox 2.5 rear shocks from our good friends at Agile Off-Road. I'm going to get these slapped on. I'm so excited to try these out. Not only for this discovery trail we're going to be on, but for the rest of the summer. The front bump stop sumo springs on the van are also smashed, so that's another project I'm going to take care of today. Both of these projects are pretty straightforward. That's why I'm going to do them here. I honestly really wanted to get this done at home, but we ran out of time. We were so busy getting ready for this summer trip that I just threw everything in the back of the van. So excited to get all this done today. Got the bottom bolt out. Now it's time for the top bolt. First shock is out.
Wes is helping.
Thanks, buddy. All right, got the bolts in, lined up. Gonna get this tightened up. do the other side, and we'll move to the front. Driver's side is done. Now onto the front of the vehicle. I'm going to replace the bump stops, Sumo springs. Here's the old one. You can see they're quite a bit different. This is a new design. This one's cracked. Both sides are cracked, so pretty easy to get in and out. It's tight space, but let's get this done. I'm going to lift the front of the van, get the weight off the control arms, and also give me a little space to get my head in between the wheel and the wheel well. Right here is the Sumo spring. That's what I'm going to be taking out real quick. It's tight in here. It'd be a lot easier to remove the front strut and the tire, but this will work just fine for a field repair. Well, here's the old one. This one was in bad shape. Good thing we're changing them out. Is there anything sexier than a brand new set of Fox shocks? I'm really excited to try these out, especially on this very rough discovery route. We will keep you updated later on in this video. It's been really fun rolling around in the dirt, but I think I've earned myself a swim. Come on, babe.
Not with all my clothes on. Thank you. Oh, are those done?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Let me throw them in there. Can't forget the 505.
505!
Ready to eat?
Still not sponsored. Oh, it's taco night.
Been a pretty quiet day around camp. Didn't film much because we were both working, but honestly, I don't mind days like today. I actually really like them because you get a lot done. We had a lot to catch up on after our friends were here. We didn't really work at all that week they were here. And look at what a beautiful office this is. So thank you for making tacos.
Tacos, you never have to twist my arm.
I know. If I want Brian to cook, all I have to do is say, hey, you want tacos? And
even with all the mosquitoes, I was like, yes, let's do tacos.
I don't know. We could have cooked them inside, but our battery's kind of low.
Yeah,
So.
our battery has been very low.
So is our Bluetti because we've been using it. So
It's okay.
we will need to charge up tomorrow. My tortilla's about to bust.
Oh, that one blew open. Sorry you have a broken taco.
Busted ass tortilla.
Boop. We rarely do beef tacos anymore either. They're usually turkey, but I do love a traditional beef taco. Wow. What a difference upgrading the rear suspension made. Without airing down, the performance is already so much better. It handles corners a lot better. There's no more body roll. Washboard roads are butter. Really excited to try it out for the rest of the summer, and I'm also excited to get the front end upgraded because I think it will make such a huge difference. Now we're heading into another part of Idaho that's supposed to have some really rugged mountains. We're really excited for this summer series, and that's where we'll pick you up next time. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hype, consider subscribing, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye! Oh yeah! It used to work.
What happened?
I don't know, I think you got it on camera what happened.
Did I drop it today?